This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
5 car, he's working that outside and going forward.
We got spin. Casey Mears goes around, perhaps off the bumper of Johnny Sauter.
Kurt Busch is around also at the bottom of the racetrack, and looks like Reed Sorensen just stopped to keep from running into Kurt.
And I think what happened, Kurt Busch slowed down, and he did not, the person behind him did not.
To the 25 of Casey Mears.
70 car Sauter on the inside here, looking down in turn 3 over here. Looks like he gets in there, pushes up, no grip. Hits the left rear of the 25 car Casey Mears, and around he goes.
And that's the one thing that's kind of the downside of running on the outside of someone, is these cars just lose grip right in the
down. Oh, he's got a tire down.
And he can't make the entrance to pit road.
They got 3 more coming, 3 more.
Oh, he's going to have a problem with that right front. He's been in the wall, too. The whole right side of that car is all torn up.
And while that was going on, Dale Earnhardt Jr., you see there on the right-hand side of your screen, he gets by Jimmy Johnson in the 48 for the 3rd position.
Ford coming down the back straightaway. First, watch Scott Riggs in the Valvoline car, right headed toward the camera now on the left.
Looked like he
and
just
there's
got in
McMurray getting into the wall as that tire goes flat.
Looked like the 10 car just got up too high and couldn't get down into the corner. Really had to slow down, and I don't know if maybe the spotter hollered at McMurray or something and he got in the fence. But then they're getting good finishes with it.
But here I go again. I think this is where Booty Barker,
trouble, front straightaway, Elliott Sadler.
Right front down.
And you know, another reason, I think there's several reasons we're losing right front tires, but another reason could be these brakes are getting so hot, you can cook the bead of that tire and just the tire goes down. There's several reasons I think these right fronts are going down.
I think.
Look for the white and red number 19 Dodge. Here he comes.
Just right there. He's fortunate that the thing just starts to turn around with him, because normally that right front goes down going in the corner and you don't drive it back to the pits.
Pit road is close.
So far, and Chevy's Mike Joy have the top 4 spots in this race.
Thanks, Chris. Followed by the trouble turn 2. Montoya hard in the wall with Sauter.
These guys had been going at it hard. Kyle Busch in the 5, he had been in this group right here. They've been going at it for about 3 or 4 laps. A lot of damage to the left rear of that 70 car. He's had a pretty good car all day long. You see also damage to Montoya in that 42 as well.
5 was of Kyle Busch. Just ahead of them, and squeeze play here.
You know, I'm not so sure that he didn't make a little contact with Ryan Newman, the 42 car of Montoya, and that sent him into the 70 car of Sauter.
Now those two have.
And don't forget, we're here for pit stops. Caution out the 18 J.J. Yaley against the wall, bringing out the 6th caution in today's race. Let's check in Steve Burns.
Okay, now whose fault would this be right here? In my mind, you got to put it on the shoulders of the crew chief and the spotter for the 29. They see that signal.
Like playing in your backyard. When the kid grew up here, and what a thrill it'd be for him if he could win this race. He's got a little work to do if he is going to make that happen today, but boy, it's like a home track advantage.
We got trouble. David Gilliland in the 38 car, hard at the inside wall. The caution will fly.
He's at the inside of the entrance of turn 3. Johnny Benson on the outside of Gilliland. He gets into Benson.
Yeah, he just drove up in there and hit Benson in the left rear. The car just pushed with him, didn't have enough front grip. Now watch this thing go right in that hole. Every time they spin back there, they go right in that hole.
Once again, I want to keep making note, that hard of lick, that rear.
Oh,
trouble behind them.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car. I'm not sure. I don't think he hit anything.
He didn't. He just spun her out.
But that was a 4-car gaggle, and you see the damage to the left rear wheel well of Junior. And there he is on the right of the screen.
66 has got his tires tires locked up smoking, but he goes right up into Dale Jr.
That's not the first time we've seen a situation like that.
And you know, it just tells you they can't get any grip in those front tires. There's a perfect indication of it. Put the brakes on, the car doesn't go down and lock up. It just slides right up the hill like it's on ice.
But with him being in the middle of the pack, pretty lucky no one got into
Boy,
him. You
I'll
can see
say.
Matt Kenseth in the 17, not sure which way he wants to go.
Well, he
right
doesn't have
there.
any idea where Junior is. He just listened to the spotter, I'm sure, right there.
First top 5 finish in Nextel Cup. There you see they only have one top 10, Brian Vickers back at Fontana.
I think he'll be all right, Larry, for a while. I just don't know if that'll hold up, though, with these guys on 4.
I think we may end up getting a caution unless Kenny Wallace in the 78 car
You're in it, man. You'll be
can get going.
fine.
He is stalled in the back straightaway.
Yep, he has. And
Trying to
that's
get to the
got a
record
caution.
opening, caution waves.
No, that's good news for Blaney. The more times you ride around here slow, the better off you are.
Go NASCAR, I tried.
Side by side, Larry, they're pulling away.
And that's hard to believe, that it just doesn't bring the rest of the pack right. Trouble, turn 3.
Greg
Biffle.
Biffle. Caution will wave. Now NASCAR will have to go back to the last scoring loop the minute the caution was displayed to see exactly who was leading, either Kyle Busch in the 5 or Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
Hey, come down on him, Joel. No, he went way up the racetrack.
Well, let's see who he was that Greg Biffle is talking about. Watch his number 16, and it's Jeff Green in the 66.
Same thing happened with the 66 and the 8 a little bit ago. This time he got the Biff.
And look at Kevin Harvick in the 29, just
Man,
barely gets
thread
through
the
there.
needle, buddy, right through there.
He's back at Bristol a couple of months ago, but he's got his hands full right now. Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car is pretty much running in his tire track.
Car in the wall, turn 1, Stremme, caution.
Yeah, Stremmy's been struggling with that car ever since he and the 9 got together there a little earlier on the front straightaway. Well, getting a lot of cars back on the lead lap.
And we took that restart from the Army car of Mark Martin. Now he will rejoin the cars on the lead lap.
Just drove it down into 3, and he's going to lose all kind of positions. In
Ward.
fact, Ward
Wow,
Burton
Ricky
got
Rudd.
sideways. Tony Stewart gets damaged. Caution is out.
Ward Burton in the 4 was trying to stay the first car 1 lap down, and he got hard into Ricky Rudd.
Yeah, he just gassed it up at not at a good time.
And it all started getting into turn 3 when Blaney got in there, washed up the racetrack with the front tires just sliding and smoking.
These cars just don't like to be close to each other.
And Martin Truex had a great run going.
He stalled
Top
out.
10, and he stopped. 3. Watch the 4 of Ward Burton. It all happens surrounding him as he trails Blaney.
Blaney locks the brakes up, getting into 3. That slows his momentum down. Here comes Ward, and he's just trying to go 3 wide, and there's not enough room.
Ooh.
Turns Ricky Rudd. Boy, Blaney was lucky.
And
Tony gets a little piece of it.
Daryl, I'm not sure I can pin that on Ward. I believe Sterling Marlin might have gotten the back of Burton and turned him
bump him?
around.
Had top 10 runs at Talladega. Penske's starting to get their arms around this thing.
8 laps to go.
Yeah, I thought Kurt Busch had the car to beat there for most of the early parts of the race. He's settled in right where he is now in the top 5, but still great run for he and Ryan both.
Now Dave Blaney, you see the Cat Camry just ahead of Dale Jr.'s car here. He took 2 tires, was 13th when he pitted, and now he's 12th. So he's going to end up just about where he would have been if he'd taken 4. But he got a look at the lead.
But you know, he got spun out down here in that melee,
right.
so he lost some spots there. It's not really been as much performance as it has that little accident he got involved in.
I know we're looking at that battle right there, but I've been watching this battle between Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart in the 20 up here. I mean, both of them are smoking the tires, getting off in the corner.
Well, I'm not sure why Jeff Green is up here messing with these 2 guys when they're racing for position.
Now somebody's going to use somebody up here with 6 to go.
Got
So pick
battles
your battle.
everywhere.
Leaders at the bottom. Newman, a nudge to Stewart. That was more than a nudge.
Yeah, I think it's going to get down to getting ugly right here. And there goes Jeff Green. He gets his dog in this fight. I'm not sure why.
And here comes Harvick.
And now we're going to see a payback.
Yeah, there it goes right there.
6th place is at stake here. And I think we're not finished paying back. No, they got to Tony in time.
But here comes Harvick on the outside. Got 4 laps to go.
Tony's old piece is all, you know, beating up, no right front fender, and he's just doing all he can to salvage what he can.
You know, the way these front and rear bumpers match up, you just can't bump these guys out of the way like you used to could. No, your front bumper was so much lower.
You saw Tony run into the back of the 12. It didn't hurt him a bit. He just slid up and went on.
Sent him forward.
Don't jack him up off the ground like the old car did.
Kyle Busch has found his rhythm. He's gone back to the top of the racetrack to try to chase down Jimmy Johnson. He is 1/10 of a second quicker than the race leader, but he has only 3 laps left to get it done.
And he is burning the right rear off of that thing. He comes off the corner every lap with it sideways and smoking.
Well, he's got that little bit of cushion. You see how far it is back to the 11 car, Denny Hamlin, so he can move that car around just a little bit.
And Jimmy Johnson just sitting there watching him in the mirror. I believe he's going to run out of time.
White flag.
White flag, one more good one.
You know, in the old style car, Johnson had only 1 top 10 here in 10 starts. Different story with the Impala.
Great day for his teammate, too. Jeff Gordon has struggled here last 4 times we've been here.
Jimmy Johnson and the Lowe's Chevrolet come off turn 4 to their 4th win of the season and 27th career Nextel Cup victory.
Winner, Richmond.
Newman and Harvick off the corner. Newman holds on for the spot. 6th place.
Right behind his teammate Kurt Busch, who finishes 5th in that.
You never cease to amaze me, brother. Beautiful, beautiful job. Guys, great job prepping that car. You guys are awesome. Thank you to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports for everything you guys do. I just can't say it enough. Thank you, everybody.
Jimmy Johnson, a winner at Las Vegas, Atlanta, Martinsville, and now Richmond. Add to that a 2nd at Talladega, a 3rd at California, and a 4th at Phoenix. Solid 2nd in the points. Chevy congratulates Jimmy Johnson, winner of today's race. From Chevy, an American Revolution.
Unofficially, Jimmy Johnson's going to move up to 2nd in points behind his teammate Jeff Gordon.
Boy, he is scorching those hides, baby. I'm telling you, keep melting them down. Do it, dude. That rear wing is putting some downforce on those rear tires.
Johnson gains 2 positions in the standings. Denny Hamlin picks up 1. And Kyle Busch climbs 2 spots to 6th.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The following is a paid advertisement for The Magic Bullet, brought to you by Homeland Housewares.